It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. Patriots game coming up. We're going to be discussing it all. Give me 1 second. We're going to connect the audio. All right, folks. 515-602-9639. Hold on, all right? Okay, listen, Blog Talk sucks, everybody. Okay, Blog Talk sucks. It's down tonight, okay? But don't worry. We have another line and another way that we will be able to get everybody and their calls in, okay? Hold on 1 second, folks. Hold on 1 second. We have another way. Blog Talk is trash, all right? It's absolutely trash, but we're going to figure things out, okay? Give me 1 second. So the number to call in is 805-885-0467. Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second here, folks. Blog Talk is just when you think, man, just when you think that things are, that Blog Talk's cleaning itself up, it's definitely not. All right. But we're going to keep things rolling, okay? We're going to keep everything. Don't worry. We're going to get to everybody tonight, okay? Trust me. We're going to get to everybody tonight. Let me make sure I put this in the hold on 1 second. Yes, hello? Hello? Can the caller hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know if caller can hear me here. Can you hear me? Let me see here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Caller? Caller, can you hear me? We got some things going on here. Caller, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please say, yes, you can hear me? Okay, perfect. Now we can hear you. Give me 1 second. We're going to start the show. I apologize, man. We're having some issues, but we're going to get right to you immediately, okay? I apologize. So, absolutely. So, we're moving and shaking. We're getting things going. So, listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. For those of you that may not know, I am also on iTunes, okay? Going over to iTunes, type in Long Beach Joe Jets on iTunes, okay? Subscribe to the show on iTunes there and leave me some feedback, okay? Give me some feedback, all right? I apologize tonight. Blog Talk sucks, okay? It's broken down, but we're going to keep moving, okay? Even without Blog Talk and its support, all right? But we're going to keep things moving and shaking here. I am also on YouTube as well, for those of you that do not know. Going over to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you will be in the know, okay? Also give the stream a thumbs up and get in the comments and let me know how y'all feel. But trust me, when you come over here, you're going to have to deal with some people. I call them the Savages, okay? That is my chat. I call my chat the Savages. You want to know why? They're savage, all right? They get after everybody. They don't care who you are, what you do, what you know. If they do not like your takes, if they do not agree with what you have to say, trust me, they're going to let you know about it, okay? First and foremost, all right? So as we're moving and shaking here and getting into it, I'm also on Twitter as well, at the Long Beach Joe, at the Long Beach Joe on Twitter. All right. Follow your boy, talk to me. I'll get right back to you as well, and we can go back and forth and have a great spirited discussion. I call my discussion spirited, okay? People want to argue. I'm not into arguing. I'm into having spirited discussions, okay? So we have a lot of fun over here. We do our thing. Please get involved with everything that I'm doing. And again, I apologize to everyone. Blog Talk is not working, but again, we have another way for you to call in, and I'll give you folks the line in just a second. But for those of you that do not know, okay, I'm a huge supporter of the Susie G. Komen Foundation. I'm talking huge, okay? Everyone knows on a yearly basis, I run a fundraiser. Again, the link is in the chat. The link is also in my description as well, okay? Please click that link. That money that you will donate will go directly to the Susie G. Komen Foundation, first and foremost, all right? All of it. And it just goes to fund research and, you know, help those that are dealing with this situation. But tonight we have a very special guest. Mrs. Dana Cedars Brantley is going to come on the program and speak to us about what she does with the Susie G. Komen Foundation and the importance of the foundation as well. Dana, I want to welcome you to the Long Beach Joe Show, excuse me. How are you doing tonight? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Can you please tell us a little bit about what you do for the Susie G. Komen Foundation?
And make sure that we are funding the best and brightest minds. And I'm pleased to report that in our most recent evaluation, we found that Komen Research funding has supported or helped with the development of all 19 new breast cancer drugs that have been approved by the FDA for use since 2010.
Okay, okay. And that is absolutely wonderful. Can you please tell us about, because you dealt with the situation as well, can you tell us about how you got diagnosed?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's so strange because, you think you know breast cancer, but you don't until you get it. So
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed at 45 years old through a routine mammogram. So, all the ladies out there listening, and to you fellas who have ladies you love, please remind those ladies to keep up with their routine screenings. They do save lives. They certainly saved mine.
Yes. Yes, they absolutely, absolutely do. How important is early detection, Dana?
Early detection is so critical. The sooner we can detect a cancer, a breast cancer, or any cancer, the more likely it is we are going to be able to treat it and you are going to survive and thrive. We definitely want to catch it when it's small and before it spreads. So early detection is really key.
Yes, absolutely it is. What are some of the hurdles that you face, Dana, when trying to get men to understand that breast cancer can impact them personally as well?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up because there's so many men who just think breast cancer is a woman's thing. But it's rare, but it does happen in men. So about nearly 2,800 men were expected to be diagnosed in the U.S. with breast cancer this year, and over 500 deaths. And we certainly don't want to lose anybody to breast cancer, male, female, doesn't matter. So it's important that men know that they can get breast cancer, and we tell them the same things that we tell women. Know you're normal. And by that, we mean know what your body is, and if you see any changes, you definitely want to check that out. So signs of breast cancer in men can be a painless lump or thickening in the breast or chest area, a change in the size or shape of the breast. And since male breast tissue is a lot less, it's easier to spot these signs visibly. And actually, 7 of the 8 warning signs are visual, not something that you feel. So if you notice any of these changes, skin dimpling, puckering, redness, rash, anything that's not normal, please go get checked out by your doctor. You can't put a price tag on peace of mind. And if they catch something, it might just save the life. And
Yes.
the other thing men should know too is that if you have breast cancer family history with the women in your family, and if you know somebody in your family who has a mutation in a BRCA gene, you could be possibly carrying that mutation, and that puts you as a man at higher risk for breast cancer. So understanding your family history and knowing your body and just keeping up with your health screens are key.
Yes. Now, Dana, it's been phenomenal speaking with you about everything that's going on with the Susie G. Komen Foundation and what you do as well. But I know that, you support the Jets as well. You like to, indulge in the guys that play at MetLife, and you like to watch it and see what's going on here. Can we get a Go Jets out of you really quickly?
Go Jets!
That's what I'm talking about. Before I let you go, Dana, can you give my audience all of the ways that they can give to the Susie G. Komen Foundation and how they can also, get into the research and contact the Susie G. Komen Foundation if need be?
Absolutely. So, of course, all you listeners could support Joe's fundraiser. I highly recommend that you do that. You can visit www.komen.org for a direct donation. If you use that website and do /National Walk, you can register for race walk events. Also, we should let you know that it's about more than research, although research is part of our primary mission. If you or someone you love is diagnosed with breast cancer and are looking for information, we have a patient care center. We have opportunities for financial assistance. And if you need to call and get any information, that number is 1-877-465-6636. Or you can email helpline@komen.org.
Dana, thank you so much for calling in. I apologize. Blog Talk is on the fritz, but it was wonderful to get to speak with you tonight and share all of this wonderful information that you brought to the table. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joe, and go Jets.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, phenomenal. Dana Cedars Brantley coming on from the Susie G. Komen Foundation and making it known how important it is to help out and get involved with everything that Susie G. Komen is doing. Again, everyone, Susie G. Komen Foundation, as you know, again, I support through and through. You see your boy got that pink on, okay? I look great in it. I look great, baby. You know what I'm saying? So please get involved with the Susie G. Komen Foundation any way that you can. Also, my fundraiser is in the description of the video. It's also in the comments as well, okay? And, click that link, give $1, $2, $3. Anything you give to my fundraiser is greatly appreciated, okay? And again, all of that money goes directly to the Susie G. Komen Foundation, all right? Again, I apologize, everyone. Blog Talk sucks, and it is on the fritz. Typical Blog Talk, all right? This is why we bash Blog Talk consistently on this show, and we call it trash, all right? The number to call in, here's the number here, 805. I'm going to pin it in the chat there so you cannot miss, okay? That is the number to call in, not the number at the bottom of my screen here, okay? We got callers already calling in. Caller, is this Val?
Yes, I'm calling on behalf of the sorry Jets.
Hold on, Val. Hold on. We're going to put you on hold for a second. Hold on. Really quickly, we're going to cover some of the topics. Again, I apologize. Everybody calling in, I will get to everybody tonight. We're doing it a different way. Please, please, please be patient with me tonight because Blog Talk is trash, okay? It is absolute trash. All right. So here's the deal. There's been a lot of things going on with the New York Jets. Davante Adams actually gave a speech to the locker room after, that loss to the Steelers. And it, according to a lot of the players, really sparked up a lot of things about this football team. And I want you folks to hear what he had to say. He didn't say the entire speech, but he definitely gave us some of the tidbits about what it was. So here's what Davante Adams spoke on when he spoke to the media about what he said to the New York Jets locker room after the game.
When did you first know? Was it before the game you noticed that, or was it?
No, it's throughout the game, and it really didn't dawn on me all the way until later in the game when it was quote unquote over, and I was just thinking about it. I'm seeing some of the plays and seeing when guys are making plays, and I've been part of the Raiders. We didn't win a whole hell of a lot, but at the end of the game, guys are making plays. We still dapping one another up and playing for our pride if nothing else. And I just felt like wasn't necessarily that guys weren't playing hard, but we weren't out there celebrating together. We weren't playing, it didn't feel like a whole lot of fun was being had. And, I have fun every time I step out on the field. It's a mindset you got to have. You got to make up your mind before you get out of bed, playing this game. And I just didn't feel like it was all the way there. And when you see some of the plays, like we were moving the ball, and it wasn't necessarily we came out flat, but the energy, like I don't care if it got to be fake. You got to, bring some juice. If I make a play, come and slap me on the helmet and show me that you appreciate the fact that I went and did what I did. And when you make a play, it could be 12 yards. G caught a little one-stepper on the outside and got back in early in the game, got back out. I'm running over there to dap him up, and it's not something fake, but it's just more to spread that type of energy and get everybody's mind into the game, because that, all those things help.
So here we are, right? Where we have a guy, Davante Adams, who's only been here 5 days, stepping up and handling business in the locker room and taking a leadership role. That's huge. That's huge. And the first thing that I thought to myself when that happened is, wow, finally, right? Somebody did it, right? Somebody did it. Somebody finally stepped up and said what needed to be said and told guys, hey, go out there, bring some different type of energy. Perk yourself up. Let's play like a unit. That's one of the issues you see with the New York Jets, right? That's one of the main issues, is we're a very talented football team. Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, now Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers. We got it out the wazoo. The names go on and on. But we're not playing as a unit. We just play like a bunch of guys going out there on the field. And that's what you see. And Davante spoke to that. And that was a very important point, because once you get that unity, once you start playing for the man next to you, that's when you'll see this team come alive. Absolutely come alive. And Aaron Rodgers also spoke about the speech as well. And he definitely had some things to say when he called it one of the realest speeches he ever heard in the locker room. And I want you folks to hear what Aaron Rodgers had to say about the Davante Adams speech.
Oh, we already talked about it. Yeah. I guess there's not any esoteric conversations, but no, I mean, it was. I won't say exactly what I said, because there's some cameras rolling and colorful metaphors involved in how I really felt about the speech. But to paraphrase without using any French, I thought it was the realest speech I'd ever heard in a locker room in 20 years.
Is that surprising?
Not surprising at all.
But he's only been there for 5 days. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you mentioned that. I mean,
Yeah.
he led with that. He
Yeah.
led with that, which I think was important. But there's just certain guys over the years that are, I don't even know what adjective to use is better than this one, but they're just real guys. And when they speak up, you feel it. And I was kind of looking at him when Brick was talking, and Brick was saying some great stuff too, and he's been fantastic. But I just could feel like, Tay's about to say something, and then he started talking, and everybody that was in that locker room felt it. So I drove home with him after the game and just told him how proud I am.
There have it, right? Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest football players to ever, get on the field, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play, watches Davante Adams give that locker room a speech and tell those guys, what was on his mind. And again, he's only been here 5 days. 5 days. And the guy stepped up and said, listen, we need to change things. There needs to be a difference in this football team. Not just, with the product we're seeing on the field, but also the energy that we bring to the field. Let's play for each other. Let's fight for each other. Let's go out there and be one. That was needed to be said, point blank, period. And I am so happy. Of course, we all love Davante Adams. There's been various Jets fans that have wanted him for years, right? Wanted him on the team forever. But now he's here, and he's not just showing that he's a guy that can put things, down on the field. He can handle his business, running routes, catching the ball, taking off after the yards after catch. He can do all that stuff. But it's the other things as well that changes this football team, the things that happen in that locker room. When he's able to speak up and speak his mind and tell guys, hey, we need to be better. I need more from you. I need you to go out there and lay it on the line. Not only lay it on the line, but go out there, and when you see the guy next to you handling business, let him know that he's doing that. Let him know that you appreciate him putting everything on the line as well to push this football team forward. Let him know that. Because what that does is continue to build camaraderie within everyone else. and then you meld together as a team and you go out and you fight. So that was beautiful. That was beautiful to see, and I'm hoping that changes the Jets season around. The Jets are 2-5. We're on the edge, and we've got to find some way to get that energy and get rolling back. So I love seeing that Devontae Adams, had that speech, and we'll see the results and see if things are, going to get better and get put together. Even Jeff Ulbrich talked about how that speech was needed. So also Hassan Reddick as well. He's back at practice. He's back this week, baby, and he was looking good. He will be playing in this upcoming Patriots game, for those of you that do not know. He even posted on his IG, hate me now, love me later. I'm still going to be me. Hassan, talking that talk. All right. I know there's a lot of Jets fans that weren't necessarily happy with us bringing him back. And look, to each his own, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm one of the happiest Jets fans you'll find. And I wanted to trade him because I didn't think he was going to come in. But now that he's here, I'm hyped. Get out there on the field and be the Hassan Reddick we all know and love. Double-digit sacks for the last 4 years. Yes. Thank you. I'll take that. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring that to my team, okay? Please bring the pass rush to my team. We know the New York Jets have been struggling, right? Jermaine Johnson goes down with an injury. We won't see him until next season. Cannot wait to have that guy back on the field. He's a fighter. We know when he comes back, he's going to do whatever it takes. He's going to grind to be better, right? But with just Will McDonald out there, we've seen the Jets pass rush struggle. Even though Will McDonald is having a solid season himself, we need more, especially if we're talking about making the playoffs, which, again, is we're in a rough spot right now at 2-5. But if you're going to do that, you need more. You need to get after the passer, and that's exactly what Hassan Reddick can do. Of course, he's had a rework contract as well. The numbers are out. There's a lot of performance bonuses that he's going to be able to get. He'll be making a minimum of $8.7 million, which is the remainder of his base salary. He can make an additional $5.34 million in performance bonuses, which would give him, I think, about $14.05 million bucks. I think it's like $500,000 to make a Pro Bowl. If he plays 40% of the defensive snaps in the remaining games, he'll make like $791,000. The active roster in the Super Bowl bonus is $2 million. He's got sack bonuses as well in his deal. It's $2.05 million, for 12 sacks if he has that this season. $1.5 million for 10 sacks if he has that in the remaining season, and also $1 million for 9 sacks, and $500,000 for 8 sacks. Okay, so this guy has no reason not to go out there and ball out. Okay, ball out. And I know he's hungry. So I think we're gonna see one of the best years out of Hassan Reddick coming up, because again, he's fighting for a long-term deal here with the New York Jets, which is representation. Drew Rosenhaus, his new agent, we know he's parted ways with CAA. Drew Rosenhaus has talked about making sure that the Jets and him can work something out in the future. So he's fighting for that. And he's also fighting to get that cheese, that money that he loves and wants, just like everybody else. And even if he's not going to be here, he's fighting for another team to look at him and say, whoa, this guy can still rush the passer. This guy can still bend the edge. This is a guy that we need to pay to bring into the building. And do not tell me that if you rush the passer, you can't get a contract in your later years, because I watched Von Miller get handed the bag with the Bills, and he was well into his 30s. All right. So we also got some injuries as well we're going to be talking about. Coming up against this Patriots team. Ruled out, AVT, he's not going to be playing. Ashton Davis is also out as well. That's another hit at our safety spot. Leki Fotu as well, he's going to be out. That's a hit again at our defensive line spot. Leki had just came back a couple games ago from an injury, and now he's back out for this game. Big news, though, bright news. We get DJ Reed and Michael Carter back, right? That's wonderful. We got 2 solid corners back into the building, right? But again, our safety position right now, Ashton Davis and Tony Adams, they're both going to be out. Alan Lazard as well is looking doubtful for the game, so it's looking like Mike Williams is going to have to step back into that role. He's going to be that number 3 wide receiver. Can he step up? Will he recognize what routes he needs to run? That's a big question, right? That's a big question. Okay, we'll be talking about that tonight as well. So it's looking like Jake Hanson's probably going to step in for AVT. Isaiah Oliver and Mills are probably going to be back there at safety. Those are big questions, man, especially going up against this Patriots team. It is important. It is imperative that we get pass rush on Drake May. It is imperative that we do that. Oh, my goodness. Because this safety situation's a little spotty, okay? But, again, we get our corners, DJ Reed and Michael Carter back into the situation, all right? Morgan Moses as well, there's questions about him. He's still dealing with a knee situation, but he's trending towards playing, okay? He's trending towards playing, so we'll see what happens. We're going to get to these lines again. 515-6 – oh, excuse me. Excuse me, Blog Talk. You're trash. Excuse me. 805-885-0467. That's the number to call in, okay? 805-855-0467, okay? Blog Talk, you're trash, all right? You're trash, Blog Talk, and I'm tired of you. We're going to get to these lines. Now, Val, are you ready? Okay, I apologize, Val. Okay, I apologize to everybody. For those of you that do not know Val, he's a savage, okay? Blog Talk is trash, Val. Feel free to bash them, okay? Feel free to bash them all you like. I want to get your thoughts about this situation, though, man. Davante Adams steps into the New York Jets 5 days ago, already checks in, okay, with everybody, and after a game has a great speech to, put the locker room in a situation to correct some things. What are your thoughts about Davante Adams getting into a leadership role so quickly here with this New York Jets football team?
Listen, salute, Joe. I understand you're in your backup quarterback situation right now. I mean, because, you had to bench your starter, which is Blog Talk. That's exactly how I was kind of feeling in the Steelers game, but we're going to leave that for right now. But, hey, listen, Davante Adams, salute to him. That's what you call a true leader right there.
Yep.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. That's why he goes to multiple all-pro games and stuff like that, because this man is definitely for a person that would step up for your locker room. Even when it goes to adversity, he knows the ups and the downs for sure, especially being with the Raiders and stuff like that, or especially, making it to the playoffs and just coming off short. He still hasn't won a championship yet, so he's trying to get that, and he was hoping to come to this team and actually get in that ring and stuff like that. We could turn that around this Sunday and stuff, and Thursday, but hopefully, stuff will, turn around. But salute to him, man. I mean, he was only on the team for like about a couple of days and stuff, and he had to step up to actually restore the energy, because the energy is just lifeless in the locker rooms and stuff. The leaders are not showing up, and even Stephen A. As much as I don't agree with him at all on a lot of things, but he was also saying, why wasn't Aaron Rodgers supposed to be doing that? Like, Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be the quarterback.
That's a
He's
good.
the person,
That's a good.
the
That's a
person
good.
that you're supposed.
That's a good thought. That's
Okay.
Continue on, but that is a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be the person to step up and be the leader, because you remember this all last season was all about, Aaron Rodgers is going to save us. He's going to be the person to be the offensive coordinator, be the coach, be the GM and everything, and he's not showing up. I mean, it was like we was basically flatlining, and that's a game that we're supposed to win, and it's just ridiculous how we lost that game. I'm looking at this roster, Joe. I'm really looking at this roster. I'm like, how is this team 2-5?
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably because I'm thinking, all right, you had the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, and I'm like, this roster is probably better than that roster, to be honest with you, because of the wide receiver core. And you got Breece Hall, that's the up and coming. And then you have like an offensive line. It's not as bad as people making it seem, but it's actually really good besides Tyrod Smith, acting like he's 38 years old when he's only 33 years old. And I don't know what's going on with him and stuff. But other than that, you have a really good situation. But again, with the injuries and stuff like that on the defensive end and giving up a lot of dogs that we did give up, which we should have even never did, and our defense, what we was known for defense, has been just washed away and stuff like that. But this team should not be 2-5. I'm sorry, Joe. This This wide receiver core, and this is probably better than the Broncos with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And on the offensive side, the defensive side was really good, but the offensive side, this team is probably lights and day with the Broncos. We shouldn't listen, Joe. We should not be 2-5 with this roster.
No.
This is what's really killing me because I never seen a roster like this for the New York Jets. I just haven't. I really haven't. I haven't seen this with the Adam Gates, even the Rex Ryan days. We made it to the AFC. If we had the talent that we have right now, we would be going to the Super Bowl. We wouldn't be winning the chip for sure. But it's just it's ridiculous, Joe. We got to turn this around for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen.
And Michael Clemens.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I'm listen.
Oh, Michael Clemens. Oh, yeah. Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Michael Clemens. What are you doing, bro? Like, this man, I'm seeing him just laying on piles. He's being hesitant. He doesn't want to hit the quarterback. He was like, he could have got Russell Wilson, and then he just stops in front of him and just basically is looking lackluster out there. I'm like, he's not even look like he wants to tackle, and then as soon as somebody tackles him, then he jumps on the pile, and then he gets up very slow and stuff. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, this is ridiculous of what I'm seeing. And shout out to Will McDonald because he's actually the person that's actually stepping up and making some sacks, making some tackles. And there's a lot of, a lot on his shoulders right now. He doesn't have Jermaine Johnson on the other side. He doesn't have Hassan Reddick, but now he's going to have Hassan Reddick now for rescue. Thank God. But he's actually stepped up, so I want to give him some shine as well, too.
No, Val, listen, you are talking some facts tonight. You are on fire. And I agree with everything that you said. And that was one of the things that I thought immediately when I heard about Davante Adams' speech, just going back to your take on that. I said to myself, well, Aaron, like, you were the guy that we brought in here. Like, you came in here talking about Super Bowls and all these things. And we know that you've, been the leader of the football team. Where was that speech from you? Like, that's what I was wondering. Okay, why didn't this happen earlier? Like I said earlier, finally somebody did it, right? Somebody said, hey, listen, we got to get it together. And I'm sure that, and we've heard Aaron Rodgers talk to guys and things like that, but maybe it was just having another guy in there as well, right? Davante Adams, who everyone knows and loves, and especially a lot of the guys in the wide receiver core look up to. Garrett Wilson has talked about how, he's the guy that he was just, absolutely idolizing growing up and things like that, to come in there and say that and say what he needs to say as well, that really put the guys on edge and let them know, hey, look, we got to step up and get it together. And not only get it together, but we got to start playing together as a team and not just going out there playing as, just one man against all these guys. And even Aaron Rodgers has said before, guys are pressing, guys are playing angry. And Davante Adams said it as well, like, where's the fun? Go out there and have some fun as well. That's huge too. And I think that may be part of the reason why we're seeing guys miss blocks or have these kind of mental mistakes, because they're so nervous, because there's so much pressure and expectations on this season. That was one of the things I started to think about when I heard Aaron Rodgers speaking about those things. And even Breece Hall was talking about before, missing things. It was after a game where he talked about, I'm kind of missing things. Sometimes I'm pressing, sometimes I'm doing this. And I thought to myself, it's the pressure. Guys need to start, take a breath, ease up, and go out there and just do your job. Handle your assignment. Because when we have what we have, and again, everybody talked about it, even Sulla, Joe Douglas, all those guys talked about it when they were here, we understand, hey, it's time to get a win. It's time to chase the big win.
Absolutely.
And again, we're all over primetime, baby. Ain't no hiding us. Every time we go play a team, they have us circled on their schedule. It doesn't matter who it is. We're their Super Bowl on a weekly basis, okay? So I'm hoping that the New York Jets will be able to get things together. Like you said, 2-5, this roster should not be 2-5. This team should not be 2-5. But here we are now. And you started to talk about Hassan Reddick, and that's where I want to go with you. What are your expectations for him in his first game, man? There's a lot of people expecting big things from him. He's got his contract, reworked. He can earn some things and get rolling. What do you think he's going to be able to do against these Patriots, man?
He better ball out. I'm sorry. He better ball out. This is his time to actually show that he wants to get that contract and stuff, even if it's with us or without us or something like that. But as you currently on the New York Jets and you held out for 7 weeks, he better ball out. I'm sorry. I want to see him getting to the quarterback. I want to see him actually, stopping the run as well too, because that's definitely been our Achilles heel. And hopefully it opens up some stuff for, hopefully it opens up some plays for Quentin Williams because he's been getting triple team and double team. Even though he's get the big money, he's still got to bust through that lineman as well too. But hopefully now that we have a little bit more pressure from the both sides because Will McDonald's actually stepping up as well too. So I'm expecting a lot from Hassan Reddick, especially that you're going against a rookie quarterback. I want to see some pressure. I want to see him dominate the way how he's been dominating with the Eagles, and just be that void that we've been missing. And I'm just hoping that the best for him. Like I said, either he's going to be on this team or he's not. I don't know what the long-term plans is. I don't even know if Joe Douglas is going to be here. So, it's going to be a whole different situation. I just really hope this team turns it around. And like I said before, we have too much talent to be losing, man. Like, we really should be winning a lot of games. Like, it's making no sense. And I don't even know if we're going to ever see a roster like this ever again. So I want to take full advantage every week and treat it like as is a playoff game or a Super Bowl game because we have to come up with the best plays possible, and everybody got to start playing at a high level. And we don't talk about the secondary too much because I'm highly disappointed in that as well too. Even though they're backups and stuff like that, but just like you were saying, I was re-listening to it, and so lucky I wasn't on that Tuesday conversation because I definitely, I got a couple of days to cool off, Joe, because oh man, listen, oh man. But all I'm gonna say is Sauce Gardner. I want to see that confidence again. I want him to get back to that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
When he was a rookie wearing a cheese head, him, showing out and stuff like that. It just feels like they're. Like him, Brees Hall is finally back. Shout out to Brees Hall finally coming back to himself. It's been a couple of weeks, so I'm glad that he's finally back to himself as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Knocking down some tackles, breaking down some tackles. But Sauce Gardner, I really want him to start turning around, and this is exactly why I said don't get too comfortable, Sauce. I understand you had a great 2 years. If I'm him, I'm gonna go and work out with Darrell Revis this offseason. Work on your techniques. Work on looking at the ball and looking at your guy as well too. Learn on your, like to touch the guy and not to try to hold too much. Just watch out for it's the little things that he needs to work on. But he's still a great corner, but he's not playing at the status that he's supposed to be, that we're known to have Sauce Gardner. I just need him to step up a little bit more. I'm just so happy that we're getting DJ Reed back.
Yep.
And we're also
Michael
getting
Carter.
Michael Carter because that has been, and that's been a huge loss for us because we miss Michael Carter for sure. That's why we paid him because there's no way that we're gonna have a nickel that's been balling out consistently for us and we didn't pay him. So now I'm glad he's coming back out here. Like I said, this is a do or die game for us and even a Texas game. So we're gonna need them for sure. And shout out to CJ Mosley coming back as well too.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. There's been a lot of Jets fans that I have talked to that has, and I'm not agreeing with this. I want to be very clear when I say this. I'm not agreeing with it. But there's been a lot of Jets fans talking about trading Sauce, getting rid of Quentin Williams.
No.
I'm saying, I know you've been hearing it too, Val. Like, I've been hearing it. I am not in agreement at all with that. Okay, look, I know that Sauce can be better. In that Steelers game, yes, he should have got his head around. There was a lot of issues in that game with Russell Wilson throwing up prayer balls. Like, look, I get it. But Sauce is an unbelievable corner. And the thing that bothers me when we start talking about getting rid of players like that, there were people talking about getting rid of Garrett Wilson, right? The reason why you draft is to draft cornerstone players like those guys, right? Garrett Wilson stepped into the Jets, had 1,000 yards. Like this guy broke Keyshawn Johnson's rookie receiving record. And he had that for I don't know how long.
Player of the year.
Yeah, offensive rookie of the year. Like this guy has been balling out with us. Does he make mistakes from time to time? Yes, but he can clean that up. But we see that he has elite ability. We see that he has elite talent. He's just got to hone in on those things, right? That's something that we can have here. A cornerstone, a guy we can stand behind, a franchise wide receiver, and that's what we're seeing Garrett come into, man. He's a good football player. He's a good wide receiver in this league. He can cut down on the mistakes, right? But we all make them. right? But he's great. Then
Absolutely.
you look at Sauce. Sauce is literally the best corner in the league. He's been regarded as that. We've seen it. We've seen the Pro Bowls. We've seen the All Pros. We've seen the rookie defensive player. We've seen that. Again, are there things he can clean up? Absolutely. But you don't get rid of guys like that, especially at impact positions. And I talk about this all the time. I used to talk about this all the time when I was telling y'all we need to get rid of Jamal Adams. Nobody wanted to hear me, even though we were losing constantly. And it's because you need to be good at impact positions in this league. Wide receiver, corner, O-line. There's a pass rush. Unless you have those positions locked down with players that are going to be able to come in and handle business, you're going to struggle in this league. And for years, the Jets struggled. Anybody remember the days of Robbie Anderson and really nobody else? Anybody remember those days when Sam Darnold was struggling because there was no weapons for him to get the football to? Let's keep those guys
Nobody
around,
wanted
man.
to come to the Jets.
I'm saying, listen, those were the days. And so we got these guys. Yes, Garrett Wilson has made some mistakes from time to time, but I love, having him here on this football team, and I want to keep him around for years to come. And that leads me to my next question for you, Val, because here we are again against this Patriots football team. We're 2-5, and this could be the game where it's the get-right game. You know what I mean? For those of y'all that don't know what a get-right game is, you're a good football team. There's some things going awry, and you see a team on the schedule where it's like, they could be a division rival or not being a division rival, but a team you can go in, handle business with, and start to get right. Go in there and make things happen. And so I want to get this thought to you, Val. We saw, Garrett have a tough drop against the Steelers. How important is it for the Jets to feed Garrett the football coming off of that rough game to turn things around and get his mojo flowing again?
Absolutely. I feel like it's very important. And to go back to what you were saying about the trading, you absolutely do not get rid of Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is very a talent that you will not listen. We hit home runs that year. We got very lucky that year to get those type of players. Joe Douglas actually saved his job as well too by hitting those type of home runs from that year. And I will say, you don't get rid of a Sauce Gardner because, and I know I'm going back over what we were talking about, but Sauce Gardner is if you have a problem with Sauce Gardner, you go back to the Adam Gates era and look at the cornerbacks and how many cornerbacks was killing us, like literally killing us.
Yep.
Like Stephon Diggs was having a field day with us when he was on the Buffalo Bills, but we had no cornerbacks. But when Sauce Gardner came here, they wasn't throwing to his side no more. And they're still not throwing to his side like that anymore. So you don't get rid of a Sauce Gardner. You do not get rid of a Garrett Wilson, even though Garrett Wilson is showing signs that if things doesn't turn around, best believe he's going.
Yeah.
I see. I could definitely read that from different interviews, and they asked him about it, and he's just like, hey, I'm just here for the meantime, and I'm not worried about that right now. It's stuff that you see. Like we're gonna have to start winning. We're gonna have to start, progressing, and he has to see some winning going on because he's not gonna waste his career. That's basically how I see it. It's the very opposite from what Sauce Gardner as well too. That he is that he's all in with the Jets. He said he wants to be in New York for the rest of his career. He loves the Jets and stuff like that. He already embraced it. He's basically our superstar cornerback, and he's basically arguably the number one cornerback in the league. But even though he's not playing to his standards, but even to his standards, it's still a great standards. Now going back to the question is Garrett Wilson, we got to get him involved. Like, listen, even though we got Devontae Adams, you got to inquire this man, Garrett Wilson as well too. We got to give him the ball, and I don't want us to keep falling in love with the passing the ball. I want us to actually run the ball as well too.
Yes.
We need to get successful at running we got to run the ball because you have to have that balance. You don't want to just keep relying on Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is getting old. He's not playing up to his standards. He's throwing interceptions that shouldn't be interceptions. Now, to be fair, all this interceptions is not truly his fault, but he put us in some bad positions as well, too. So and on top of that, he hasn't played in 2 years, so he has to realize that as well, too. He has to get back to himself. And we're only like we're 7 weeks in and stuff like that. But I really want us to have a balanced game. But I will say the offense of play calling has been a lot. I would say it's been better since we made that change from the Daniel Hackett.
Yeah.
I will say is making a lot more sense.
Yep.
But it's just that the players are not coming down with it. The players have to play.
Yeah. It's the execution.
Offensive line has to be better offensive line. Now, I will say this. I'm going to give the offensive line this. They held down T.J. Watt. I'm surprised that T.J. Watt didn't really go off in that game. That's why I'm super shocked the way how we didn't win this game. Like, we really had this game in the first half, but we didn't finish. But the right side, shout out to them. They actually stepped up and stuff like that, and they held down T.J. Watt, even though it was killing us with the run game and stuff. But the run game has to be a lot better. But the pass protection, I would say, is a little bit better. But it's just Tyrod Smith having a huge problem.
Yeah,
Tyrod Smith has to play better.
And that's where I want to go with you as well. Coming up against this, this Patriots football team, we're banged up on the O-line, man. AVT is going to be out. He's not going to be playing. Morgan Moses is questionable going into this game with a knee injury. Jake Hansen, I think, is going to be out there to take AVT spot. We'll see if Morgan ends up actually playing. Do you think this banged up offensive line is going to be able to protect Aaron Rodgers properly? Because I feel like the Patriots, they ain't got nothing to lose, dog. I think they're going to send some blitzes, man. And they've seen that work for other teams. And we know, Gerard Mayo, first-year coach with the Patriots, he's going to do what works. It's a copycat league. So I think he's going to send some pressure and some heat at Aaron Rodgers. And I'm wondering about this offensive line. You just talked about Tyron Smith, and again, AVT out, Morgan Moses questionable. What are your thoughts about that, man? Do you think they'll be able to properly protect Aaron Rodgers?
Hopefully they could. I mean, listen, I'm kind of shocked that AVT is going to be out. That's definitely shocking news. I thought he was going to be questionable, but hopefully he gets back out there for Thursday night game. But hopefully they protect him in this game. I really want to see, the next man up mentality. I want them to protect Aaron Rodgers and actually, help with the run game as well too.
Yep.
But hopefully they can step up. I don't really know who the backup right guard is and stuff, but because Newman, and I'm glad, and shout out to Newman, and hopefully he gets well real soon. Speedy recovery. I heard it was good news that he's moving his limbs and everything, because that's a very tragic situation. But hopefully they just hold up. And Tyrod Smith, listen, you've been bad these couple of weeks, man. You got to really step up. And like you just said, the Patriots have nothing to lose. But to be honest with you, we should be dominating this game.
Yeah.
There should be no question about it. With this talent that we have, I mean, you're going into this game with a rookie quarterback. He doesn't really have too much weapons. They didn't even utilize the running back position. And I seen the Jaguars game. They didn't really utilize the running back position as well, too. So hopefully we could take advantage of that as well. But, I'm expecting a blowout, but I want to see us actually go out there and be hungry. I really want us to be out there and get hungry and try to get these wins, because we got to get back on track, because this team is very capable of, getting to the Super Bowl if they're properly, definitely, do it right and stuff like that. And the coaching, and and also going back to it, Aaron Rodgers, I don't want you to just been on the sideline and just be quiet. I want you to actually go up to players and talk to them. Like, I don't want you just sitting there putting your towel over your head and stuff like that. If you're looking down, the whole team is going to be looking down. You're the leader of this team. That's why you have that C on your chest, because you're one of the captains. We're looking for you to be the captain of the team. You got to be vocal. So I'm just expecting the captains to actually be captains out there, and I'm expecting the coaches to actually coach, because the defensive side has been lackluster.
Yep. As
much as Robert Saleh, I do agree that he did need to be fired, but the defense has been even worse without him even being in there. So, but I understand you're giving a defensive coach the head coaching job, and he's never been a head coach before. And to be honest, I heard you talked about this, Rex Ryan looked like he's ready to just listen. Just don't pay me. I'll do it for free. That's how he's looking on ESPN, because he's willing to. He's ready to just jump through walls to just coach his team for free, because he's dying to be a coach again. Because the way how he's coaching is like, listen, everybody needs to be held accountable. Where's the accountability? You have this guy Javante. He actually had a couple of penalties. There was no accountability. He was still out there. There was no coaches talking to him saying, listen, you did wrong. There's nobody out there. So that's what I'm saying. You got it. The coaches got to start coaching again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to step up, man. It's literally going to be a team effort to get this season turned around. if that's what the New York Jets are planning on doing. If they still want to do whatever they can to make the playoffs and get into there, everybody's going to have to step up. I feel like more than most of this team is underperforming, point blank period. And you said it, and I've talked about it as well. When you look at this roster, when you look at this team, there's no way you would think at this point in the season they would be 2-5. There's just no way.
We have a whole team of Pro Bowlers.
It's insane.
This literally look like a Pro Bowl team.
Yeah.
Right now, Joe. That's how it's looking. And it's just like, how are we losing these games?
Yeah. How do you only score 9 points against the Broncos with this team? How is that possible?
Oh my God.
How is it possible?
Oh my God.
How do you lose to a Broncos team with a rookie quarterback? How is it possible? How do you allow over 100 yards to Najee Harris with this supposedly elite Jets defense? With all the names, how do you allow the Steelers to score 37 points on you? How do you only score 15 points against the Steelers? And you held TJ Watt down, excuse me. It's not like he went off and went crazy. How do you only get 15 points if Watt doesn't go crazy? It's just questions galore. It's just mind blowing. But now we're stepping into a new spot, and I'm hoping again that the New York Jets can turn things around and get it rolling. So before I let you go, Val, final question, man.
Yes, sir.
We've talked about so much, and everything's moving and shaking, and everything's going on, right? We talked about the Jets defense and the concerns. We talked about the coaching as well, and everything that's going on, man. Do you believe that the New York Jets can save the season?
If they handle business if they handle business on Sunday, I would definitely feel like they could save the season. But it comes down to that Texas game, really. But they can't look at the Texas game. They got to look at every game. They got to be 1-0 every game. So the Patriots game, you can't overlook the Patriots, and I'm not going to overlook the Patriots. I say they should. And with the talent that we have, we should be blowing them out. But I'm not going to look past the Patriots because we got to get over the Patriots. But that Texas game is going to show us a lot of where we at and if we deserve to even be in the playoffs, because our schedule is really easy, Joe. It's supposed to be like compared to last year.
Man,
I mean, yeah.
Val, I don't listen. I've talked to a ton of Jets fans that have said the same thing, and I'm telling you right now, I don't believe it. I don't think our schedule is easy, and let me tell you why. We've seen teams that people thought were not very good get stronger as the year goes on, right? We thought it was getting stronger as the year goes on. If you would have talked to somebody about the Vikings before the season started, they would have told you that the Vikings aren't going to be that good, right? Because they got Sam Darnold starting, right? Sam Darnold start. I heard that constantly. Sam Darnold starting. The Vikings ain't going to be that good. They're still trying to figure out who their quarterback is. They're still trying to figure out who the Vikings are the Vikings are cooking right now. When they beat us, they were 5-0. They're 5-2 right now, right? And Sam's looked pretty good over there, right? There's a lot of other teams that I think are going to continue to cook and get better as the season goes on. So everybody just writing the story that our schedule is easy, especially with the way that we're playing, I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea, man.
And we got to see the Dolphins twice too.
I'm saying with Tua, I think Tua is going to be back for those back then too. So, man, like there's still some games we got coming up. The Seahawks are not a joke. That team's not an easy team. You got Geno over there. The Colts are still putting things together.
That's true.
Yeah, you got the Rams. The Rams are not funny. We got the Bills later on in the season. They just beat us.
Oh, the Rams.
They just beat us. We got the Dolphins twice. We got the Bills. We got the Seahawks, the Colts. They're still putting some stuff together.
Yeah,
like this is not a joke or a game, man. It's not.
And
a joke or a game.
The Colts defense is no joke either.
Yeah, like it's crazy. And you can talk about the Texans. Listen, everybody. Well, the Texans are 5-2 right now. Texans are 5-2,
and they're playing at a high level.
At a high level.
Playing at a high level.
Tell me that C.J. Stroud.
They just went back to back with Green Bay.
I'm saying, tell me that C.J. Stroud ain't gonna give you that work. Please tell me that.
Oh, he's gonna give you the work.
I'm saying
we gave him the work last year, so he's gonna probably want his revenge and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
and they got Mixon carrying the ball crazy. Like I'm telling you, the Jets have got to get it together. We got to get it together, okay? We got to. And I understand people trying to say, "Oh, this is easy." No, it's not. Not when you're only scoring 9 points against the Broncos. What the heck is easy? What's easy? You came out and sleptwalked against the Titans for a first half and barely beat them.
We got
you,
lucky
Will
against
Levis.
the Titans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Will Levis. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't think
He was on
anything's easy. Anything's easy right now. So before I let you go, Val, all right, this has been a great call from you. And again, I apologize to everybody. Blog Talk sucks. Okay, I apologize. The number to call in is 805-885-0467. Okay, that's the number to call in tonight. I know what the number says underneath me. I know what it says, but just put that away right now and focus on 805-885-0467, okay? Just do that for me, all right? Val, before I let you go, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Patriots, all right?
All right.
Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
I think the Jets come out with a win finally after being on a 4-game losing streak. I feel like this is going to be I would say a 31-17 Jets to win this game.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with that. And and quick question, Joe, do you feel like we're gonna re-sign Devontae Adams after this season and restructure his contract? Because I really want him still on his team.
Yeah, that's a good question. I hope that we do. And I want to put this out here early because, you know, I like getting my takes out there early so people don't be, oh, you just, no. I'll always get my takes out early. A lot of this depends on the return or departure of Aaron Rodgers. And that's something a lot of people are not talking about, baby. Let me tell you something else. I'm going to go all the way. This is a good question, Val. I'm going to go all the way. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't return, you could see a whole lot of other guys leaving too. Like Sauce or Garrett.
Oh,
yeah. Let me tell you why. Or you could see a big guy leaving like Joe Douglas. If Aaron Rodgers departs this franchise, we don't have an answer after him at all. There's no other quarterback. Y'all looking for the ghost of Zach Wilson? He's gone, and he sucked. Who's going to be the guy to step up? You're going to have to restart. I think a lot of these guys are not going to want to be a part of that another rebuild. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. Garrett Wilson last season looked like somebody killed his dog. He talked about how hard it was for him to play, how hard the offense was to deal with the New York Jets, how it was the toughest year he's ever had offensively, even though he had over 1,000 yards. He talked about the play calling. He talked about a lot of the issues that were going on with the New York Jets. And I'm telling you, if you could have opened the door and said, Garrett, you can leave if you want, he would have ran out that door, and he would have ran to another team. And so if you think a lot of these guys are going to still want to be here and restart with a new quarterback after seeing what the New York Jets went through to get here, I think you guys are going to be surprised. I think guys will walk away.
I agree with that, but I will say I think Sauce is the person I would think would stick around because he likes to be in New York and stuff, and he actually announced that he wants to be a long time, you know, a career Jet. He wants to be a Jet for life. And
yeah,
stuff
we've
like
heard that.
But Garrett Wilson is absolutely the person I feel like is going to be the one that wants to leave.
Yeah, no, sure. Listen. We've heard that before, right? I remember Jamal Adams saying he wanted to be a Jet for life. Anybody remember that? I'm telling you, I can go back and pull it up. I remember, bro, Jamal Adams was beloved, literally beloved. Everyone, trust me, I know. When I started talking about him and departing, people bashed me from pillar to post when I told y'all what he was going to do. From pillar to post. And listen, I'm not saying that Sauce will be Jamal Adams. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is things change, especially when you're looking when you're looking down the road and you're seeing more losing coming. When a lot of players look down that road and see that there's going to be more losing, and not only more losing, but that there could just be, you know, you could just go into the tunnel and who knows if it's ever going to change or turn around. A lot of guys are going to choose to move forward and go to a winner. We've seen it. We've lost players like that before. We've seen it.
Oh, he definitely did.
And again, this could, if Aaron Rodgers leaves, in which again, I think that if Aaron Rodgers wants to stay, Woody Johnson is not going to blow this team up at the end of the season. I think he loves Aaron Rodgers that much, and I think he'll keep him. But if Aaron Rodgers walks and the rest of these guys go too, because there's no franchise quarterback after him. There's nothing. It ain't Jordan Travis to this point. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing. I think that, you know, we could see Joe Douglas being gone too. Hell, half the fan base want him gone already. They wanted him gone
Yeah,
with
they
Sulla this offseason. That's a fact. I did shows, and people were calling in screaming, fire Joe Douglas, fire Robert Sulla.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
So
I
you know,
agree.
there's a lot of questions. I'm hoping that we can get Devontae, you know, get him another contract and keep him here for years to come. You know, for at least three years. You know, I think that's what probably would be left for him, 3 to 4 years or whatever. But a lot of what's going to happen this upcoming offseason is really going to hinge on how well the Jets finish, right? If they can make the playoffs, and what happens with Aaron Rodgers. Because if Aaron Rodgers goes, I don't think Devontae Adams is going to want to be here either. Because he's already been in that situation. He went to a place where Derek Carr was, and he loved him. Derek Carr's gone, and he said eventually he was like, I want to go too.
Yeah.
So
he wants to play with people that he's familiar with.
Exactly.
Familiar with Aaron
guys
Rodgers.
that he wants to go where he knows that guys can get him the football and get it done. That's why he's here. He came here because Aaron Rodgers is here. So
he almost went to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
I heard a little bit about
go
that
to
before.
the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, and then that's where I'm afraid he's gonna go if we do let him go.
Well,
that's the thing. I don't want that to happen.
Well, we got to see.
We'll be in trouble.
We better do everything we can to keep Aaron Rodgers. We better do everything we can to keep Aaron Rodgers and figure things out, because other than that, I could see a lot of guys being gone and leaving. And I mean, it is what it is. Especially again with so much shakeup. We're talking about those guys, Stan. Who the heck is going to be our coach? That's another question.
Sheesh.
A lot of people are not talking about.
Man.
That's another factor. And this, again, is a great question, Val. You wanted to ask it. I'll go there with you. That's another factor a lot of people are not talking about either, because guess what? If you guys are talking about, here's a great example, Ben Johnson. People have been talking about Ben Johnson out the wazoo. Every Jet fan I speak to talks about him. He should be the next guy. He should be, listen, a lot of those new coaches do not want to come in and be told who their quarterback is going to be. A lot of them don't.
Right.
A lot of them want to come in.
Because they don't want to be set up.
Exactly, and grab their own guy. Anybody remember when Sulla came in here? Immediately, Zach Wilson. Immediately.
Yep.
Immediately. Trade that
they
other
got rid
guy.
of Sam Darnold.
I'm getting Zach Wilson in here immediately. Right? We see that at other places too. So who's to say if we get a new coach, or we will have a new coach unless they, make Albridge the guy, right? If we get an outside guy and he comes in, who's to say that he wants to deal with Aaron Rodgers? And Aaron Rodgers is great.
Yeah.
I want to be clear. I love
But
Aaron
he comes
Rodgers.
with a package, though.
I'm saying, yes, he comes with a package, and he comes with a lot of things. Because if you have Aaron Rodgers, can you change your offense? No. You don't get to call the shots.
And I don't think him and Rex Ryan would click, and that's another thing.
I don't know.
Rex Ryan's not going to hold his breath, and Aaron Rodgers is not going to hold his breath.
I don't want to. Go ahead. I'll let you, Val, because I want to turn it over to you and let you talk. But I'm just saying, if Rex want to come back, I'm not closing that door. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not closing that door either.
I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to close the door. Give me your thoughts, Val.
Listen, man, I would love Rex Ryan back. You know what I'm saying? And everything that you said is absolutely true. That's a lot of questions that we got to answer as well too. Do you want to get a defensive-minded coach, or do you want to get an offensive-minded coach? And we've been going defense for a while, but we might have to switch it over to the offense. Even though we made a huge mistake with Adam Gates, the guru. The offensive guru and Adam Gates, but we really need to get I think we might have to change it over to offense, to be honest with you, because it's not working defensively. Defensively, we always, it's crazy because Belichick is like, whoa, this is not the defense, this is not the Jets defense that I know of.
Yeah.
He literally said that.
Yeah.
Now he could be not biased and stuff like that. He's actually saying to the media, he's like, yeah, that's not Jets defense. That's not what they're known for and stuff like that. They're really and see, he's even going at Woody Johnson. So for whatever case, he makes it seem like Woody Johnson doesn't know what he's doing, and you can somewhat say he doesn't, but it's just it's a mess right now. Yeah. And I just, like I said, this season is very important. I don't know if you ever get a roster like this again.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I was just like, man, the way how Aaron Rodgers is playing, I really was thinking like, I want to see Tyrod Taylor because we needed some type of movement, some type of spark.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna say that, you know. But it was just like it was getting like that. It
Yeah.
was really like, man, Aaron Rodgers is just looking lifeless out there, looking flat.
Yeah.
It's just it wasn't going down.
Yeah.
We just
No.
we need like a mobile quarterback. I was tired of the statue quarterback
Yeah.
back there.
Listen, Val. It's been great speaking to you. I gotta slide off. We can talk for forever, bro. But I gotta slide off and give someone else a
Sure,
chance.
man.
Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right, Val. And again, I apologize to everybody. Blog Talk sucks.
Absolutely, Joe. Hit and like, subscribe to Joe. And like I said, anything he says at the end, and I'm seeing some people echoing it, defamation of character. Defamation of character. All right, peace.
Peace out, man. I guess you could say. I guess y'all would get away with saying defamation of character tonight, right? Because Blog Talk is trash. It's trash, man. It's trash. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. Again, the line's open. 805-885-0467. Call in. We're going to go to the savages in the chat, man. So many thoughts, right? We got this Patriots game coming up. Jets are 2-5. They need to turn things around. All right? They need to turn things around. All right? And we got to get it together. Conscious Machine 413 salutes and respect to you. Savage, he says the Jets need an exorcism. I'm hoping Devontae's speech, has got some things rolling and will get some things rolling here with the New York Jets. And have guys understand, man, they need to turn it around. Stop pressing so much. Go out there and play the game. Have some fun. Go out there and execute. Stop thinking so much. That's what I feel a lot of guys are doing. They're out there thinking a lot. Don't think so much, man. Just go out there and handle your business, okay? Go out there and handle your business. Knuckle HD says, all the hype for Lotu and now he's ruled out Sunday. Also, Davis and Adams, they both suck. Ooh. Yeah, Lakey Fotu is out again, man. He's out. Captain K salutes. He says, you're looking very colorful this evening, Joe. Yes, I am. Again, I'm a supporter of the Susie G. Komen Foundation. Please get involved with everything I'm doing. The donation fund drive is in the description below. It's also in the chat as well. Please click that link, $1, $2, $3. Anything you give to the platform, the Susie G. Komen platform, is greatly appreciated, okay? It goes a long way. Helps with cancer research, helps, giving to those that are dealing with the situation of breast cancer as well. And I'm just doing my part, man. I'm really just trying to raise, I think it's like $100. I know it's a small amount, but it goes a long way, okay? So please, again, click that link. That money goes directly to the Susie G. Komen Foundation, okay? I want to make that very clear, okay? When you click that link, it takes you to the Susie G. Komen, website. Please give anything that you can, all right? Salutes to everybody, all right? Outlaw says, thanks, guys. We have our corners back. Yes. Listen, Michael Carter, DJ Reed, they're back, man. But now we're missing our two safeties. Before it was Chuck Clark. He's down. We know he's on IR. He's going to be gone for at least I think 4 weeks. Tony Adams is dealing with an injury right now. So is Ashton Davis. So it's looking like Mills and Oliver are going to be the two guys back there, and that is going to be very interesting to see. Okay, but I'm glad we got our corners back. Man, oh man. And that's why it's so important this week to get pressure on that Patriots quarterback, because we've got to make him make decisions fast, right? Those long drops and then finding guys that may be matched up with one of our safeties, that could be rough on us. And again, it's also on Albridge as well, right? He's got to make sure these guys are coached up and out there and playing. I know that there was a lot of faults for Robert Saleh, but I'll tell you what, Robert Saleh, there was a day a week we played Philly, right? And we went into that game and we were missing our starting corners, Reed and Sauce. And guess what? He had our two guys that was out there in place of Reed and Sauce step up, and we beat the Eagles. And the Eagles are a really good football team, and he got that done. You know what I'm saying? And he's been known for coaching up guys as well. Sherwood was one of those guys too. Anybody remember? There was a lot of people out on Sherwood. Oh, Sherwood this and Sherwood that. Sherwood's playing really well. And he was coached up by Saleh, and now we're seeing him go out there and handle business. So, yeah. A lot of things moving and shaking, all right? Man, oh, man. Michael Piper salutes. Michael Piper says, let AVT walk. Way too many injuries, not worth the money. We'll see as we continue to go forward. Just an ankle injury here. We'll see if he gets back. And, he's going to handle his business, man. He's going to handle his business, all right? Man. Knuckle HD salutes again to you, Savage. He says, Hassan Riddick is not a run stopper. Yeah, there's a lot of people that talk about, his ability. And a lot of Jets fans that I speak to, they kind of list, he's not going to really help in the run. He can help a little bit in the run, but we all know he's a guy that bends the edge and gets around. That's big as well, too, though. A lot of Jets fans don't think, listen, man, it's pretty hard to run the football if you can get a sack on them early downs, and now it's 3rd and 12. Right? Anybody, that was the first thing. That's why I'm so excited for him to come back. All right? Go ahead and try to run the football on 3rd and 12. We'll see what happens with you. All right? We'll see what happens. Okay? So that's a big part of having him back as well, man. Big part of having him back. I love that. All right? So salutes as well. Jack Kennan in the building. It's good to see you in the building, man. He says, LBJ, since we haven't chatted, how are you and Jets fans liking the Davante Adams trade? Me personally, I love it. I love Davante Adams, okay? Love him as a player. I wanted him to be a Jet for a little bit, but I just never thought it was realistic. I didn't think it would actually happen, okay? But here he is, right? And not only do we have him, we got his homeboy, Aaron Rodgers. I just need, the offense to get rolling. Davante Adams last week didn't have a catch in the second half. That cannot be the story for this upcoming week against the Patriots, all right? We need to get him the football as well. Him and Garrett Wilson on the same team, we should be dominating people. But it's all about, again, he's only been here, I think he's been here a week now. But, he's building that chemistry. He's, they're going to start implementing him within the offense a lot more, especially in this upcoming Patriots game. He should absolutely have the ball in his hands way more than he did in the first game. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that we can work some things out as well, keep him here for years to come. Okay. I absolutely, love Davante Adams. Knuckle HD says our O-line is not designed to run the rock consistently. Our run blocking is putrid. It is. It is designed. We should be able to run the football. We should be able to. Tyron Smith is an all-pro guy. Okay. We should be able to run behind him. It's just some of these guys have got to step up. Tyron Smith mainly. Some of the things that we're seeing from him is insane. I don't know if you guys remember. There was a play against the Bills where Breece Hall is breaking to the left side, and Tyron Smith is one-on-one with a corner. I think his name was Douglas. And he runs past Douglas. I don't know if he didn't see him or what he was doing. He runs past Douglas and then kind of sees him and tries to double back and just falls over. Douglas, when he saw Tyron Smith, he thought he was gone. He thought he was a goner. And he stopped because he was like, I got to find a way to get around this big man. And then Tyron Smith just fell down, and he just went around Tyron and tackled Breece. If he makes that block, if Tyron makes that block, Breece Hall takes that thing for some yards, man, for some yards. But this offensive line has got to get it together. But again, this week, no AVT, he's out. So there's Hanson got to step in and handle business. It's a pinch, okay? It's a pinch. So we got to go out there and take care of business. All right? Got to go out there and take care of business. Jack Kenner salutes, says, as a fan from a different team, the team and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers don't seem like they're on the same page. Some dysfunction. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. There's a lot of things moving and shaking. There's been a lot of changes. This team as a whole needs to get on the same page. And I feel like, again, with that speech and what Davante Adams had to say, and a lot of the guys understanding that, yeah, we do need to get it together, because there was talks about how it reverberated through the locker room and how everybody felt it. And they were like, yeah. And how Davante was saying things. Aaron Rodgers called it the realest speech, he's seen in a locker room in his time in the NFL. That means a lot. That means a lot. So I'm thinking that this is gonna turn things around, man. This is gonna turn things around, and we're gonna go out there and fight and get it together, man. We're gonna go out there and fight and get it together. Okay. Jets says all these players nowadays are divas. They aren't gonna stay here forever. Sooner or later, there will be some drama. We'll see. And again, I know that there's a lot of people, I talk to a lot of Jets fans, have a lot of discussions with people, and I've talked about, the outcome of this season. It could be grim. And a lot of Jets fans are not thinking about that. It could be very grim. If Aaron Rodgers decides to walk away, I feel like there's going to be sweeping changes throughout this franchise. I truly do. Because the Jets won't have a quarterback. The Jets won't have a quarterback, and the defense is looking way worse than we've seen it in years. That means that the Jets could be going into a rebuild. And I don't know if Joe Douglas is going to make it past this offseason, because Robert Saleh was fired in season. He was hired by Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas whiffed on Zach Wilson and Robert Saleh. Woody's never fired a coach in season, ever, until Robert Saleh. And I'm not, look, and there's a lot of talk. I like Joe Douglas. I think he's done a solid job. Has he made some mistakes? Yes. Yes, he's made some mistakes. But every general manager in the league has made mistakes. But he's whiffed on two things that really help you set your franchise in motion. In the quarterback, right, and the coach. So we'll see what happens going forward. But Woody Johnson clearly is making decisions. He's talked about it, right? He fired Robert Saleh. He said he just consulted Joe Douglas and then made the decision. The Devontae Adams trade, I'm very sure he was involved in that and getting it done, because that happened lickety-split, right? There's also other things as well, that he's talked about as well that's changing up. And we can clearly see that Woody Johnson is, back in that driver's seat. And that should be concerning for some Jets fans, because when the Johnsons get involved in football operations with the Jets, things are not good, okay? It's not good. We've seen it in the past, okay? Man, oh, man. So we're going to see what happens going forward. Okay? All right? A lot of things moving and shaking here with the New York Jets. Salutes to all the Savages in the chat, man. I'm going to give you folks my thoughts on this upcoming Patriots game and some of my feelings, bro. Some of my feelings and how I think the Jets can handle business, man. Okay? I'm looking at the Jets defense right now, and I'm saying to myself, bro, this is the week y'all got to get it together, bro. Like, y'all got to stop the run. Y'all got to get after it. You got to put pressure. We got Drake May coming up this week. This is a rookie quarterback. We got to get pressure on him, right? Coaching-wise, you gotta scheme up. You've got to deal it, all right? Blitz this guy. Send the house at him a couple times. Make him feel some pressure. Make him make decisions quickly. That's going to be big. How much pressure can you get on Drake May, all right, with this Jets defense? Quentin Williams, there's been a lot of criticisms of him. I need him to step up. I need him to start wreaking havoc more often than we've been seeing this year, okay? Hassan Riddick, showtime, baby. This is your Jets debut. I need you to come out and cause chaos. Wreck this Patriots offensive line that's dealing with injuries as well. Low. Their left tackle is dealing with an injury, and so is Jordan, their left guard. All right? We'll see if those guys play. I need Hassan Riddick to be all over the place, bruh. I need him to go out there and put Drake May on his back. All right? Point blank, period. Bang this guy around and let him know what time it is. Okay? Also, I'm always concerned about Ramondre Stevenson. I don't care if they're not utilizing him as much as they should. I know Jets fans are like, oh, but listen, Ramondre Stevenson always scares me, okay? We know he can catch the football coming out the backfield. Our linebackers are going to be tested. And we know when you hand the ball off to that man, he makes things happen. We must stop Ramondre Stevenson. We must, bro. Corral to the football. Stop the run. Stop the run. We know they're going to come in and do a lot of the same things that we saw work for the Steelers. And we saw Najee have over 100 yards on us and a touchdown. Stop Ramondre Stevenson first and foremost, all right? Hunter Henry is also going to get after our backers. We're going to be tested. And our two safeties, listen, Oliver and Mills, they're going to be out there, right? Ashton Davis and Tony Adams are not. They're out, right? That's a hit to our defense. They're going to be tested, man. They're going to test these two safeties that we got. They're going to test them. They're going to put them in positions, formations come out, try to single them up, and go after them. Those guys got to be prepared and ready. All right? And again, they're going to run at us. Lakey Fotu's not going to be playing. So we're going to get after it there. You look at their defensive side of the ball, man. You know, against us, against our offense, I feel like the New York Jets should go out there and dominate them offensively. Really. This is a game, again, I call it the get-right game, where you step out there and all the stink that's been going on, right, in this 4-game losing streak, you blow that away, okay? You blow that away, and you handle business against the Patriots. You put your boot on their neck, and you handle business here. Point blank, period, okay? You kick their keisters. Offensively, I do not see how the Jets don't come out and score at least, 24 to 30 points against this Patriots team. Juwan Bentley's dealing with an injury. He's going to be out. I think he's on IR for them. You need to go out there and handle business. And also, we need to run the football more effectively. All right? Point blank, period. Go out there and run the ball. Breece Hall, let's go. Braylon Allen, let's go. Okay? Devontae Adams needs to be fed. And so does Garrett Wilson. And I'm also interested in seeing the New York Jets come back out with those 2 tight end packages and handle business with Ruckert and Conklin as well. I know that there's a lot of talk about Conklin. There's rumors swirling that the Jets are shopping different people. But we should go out here and dominate the Patriots. It shouldn't even be a close game, okay? To give you my final score prediction, I am taking the Jets to beat the Patriots. I'm taking the Jets to beat the Patriots, all right? 28-7. 28-7. I'm taking the Jets, baby. I'm taking the Jets. So, with all that said, again, I want to apologize. Blog Talk is trash, okay? I apologize to everyone that was trying to call in. All right, we'll keep it rolling, but Blog Talk's got to get it together, man. I apologize. Again, support the Susie G. Coleman Foundation. All right, get involved with everything that they're doing over there. So listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right. I'm also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter, type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Okay, follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. Okay? He's out this week, but he'll be back. Okay? And he'll be back, and he'll be back and ready to go. All right? It's been a rough season for everybody on this team, okay? But Vera Tucker's going to figure things out, and he'll be right back, and I hope he's a Jet for years to come, all right? A good offensive lineman. But once he gets back on the field, he'll be back to dominating. No time, okay? That's what we do at SC, okay? We recover, we get back out there, and we handle business. Fight on, okay? Fight on, all right? Fight on, all right? Come on over to YouTube as well. For those of you that do not know, I am on YouTube. All right. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you will be in the know. Okay. Share the stream across your social media with your friends and your family. Get in the comment section if you want to troll me. I'll troll you right back. Just put a comment down there and let's go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, okay, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. They will cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to call in and be involved with everything that we do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. Okay, without you people, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking your time to interact with your boy. All right. Again, I apologize. Blog Talk, they're trash. But support the Susie G. Coleman Foundation, okay, and everything that they do. And again, I want to thank Dana Cedars-Brantley for coming on and speaking with us about everything that's going on with the Susie G. Coleman Foundation. So until the next show, you folks have a good one. Peace. Pow. Okay? I should be back. Listen, folks. Again, I apologize for Blog Talk. They're trash. All right? But I want to thank everybody that called in. Exclamation point links, please click that link tree. That link tree has links to all of my social media, also has links to all of my YouTube pages. Please get involved with all of my content. It has links to all of my podcasts, everything, okay, that I'm doing. Get involved with that, and check your boy out on everything. Again, we do this show year-round. Year-round, we do this show. We have, a good time here talking about the team and everything that's going on. Again, when Blog Talk works, this is the number to the show, but Blog Talk sucks. They're trash. But as y'all heard tonight, when this number does not work, we have another way to bring people on and have a great discussion with them. So please get involved with everything that I'm doing, and call in. Again, we take live calls, and we have a blast on this show. So please get involved. When you call in, don't curse on my show. I'll get you out of here fast. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll get you out of here. All right. YouTube is very sensitive, 1, and 2, this is a family show. I have young people that listen to me, older people that listen to me. I can't have that. So don't call into my show doing that. Okay. So we also do live watch-alongs as well. Watch a game together. Then after the game, we have a live show. So, please check that out. I'll let y'all know, days before that I'm doing a live watch-along, that I'm doing one. And we sit down and we have a lot of fun. So we have live shows after that as well. And we have a blast. Okay. When you call in, also make sure you have a good phone line. All right. A lot of people call in on like these headsets that are kind of echoey. Don't do that. Okay. Take the headsets off, talk directly into your phone, and let's have a good time. Okay. So we do that. We have a blast here. Also, the background noise as well. You got to cut that out. Okay. The background noise. No. Go somewhere where it's quiet and we can have that discussion. So get involved with that too. So yeah, please check your boy out. Get involved with everything that I'm doing, and talk to me, man. I do this show to talk to the people, to connect with Jets fans. So that's what this is all about. Also, my show starts generally at 7 p.m. Eastern. Some people call into the show earlier, okay? When Blog Talk actually works, they're trash. Some people call in about 6:50, 6:55 p.m. Eastern, something like that. 6:50, p.m. Eastern is usually when the lines for my show open. So what people will do is they'll call this number when Blog Talk works, and they'll wait on the lines for about 10 minutes. I'm not telling y'all who's doing that. It's Rusty and Val. I'm not telling you who's doing it. It's Rusty and Val, okay? But I'm not telling y'all who's doing that consistently. It's Rusty and Val. And, they'll wait on the line about 10 minutes. And then like y'all heard tonight, I'll come out, have a little discussion. Generally, it's like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I go straight to the lines. Okay. It is not illegal for you to do that. It's very legal for you to call my show early. I have no issues with that whatsoever. Okay. But it's something that I put out there because a lot of, people that watch the show and listen to the show, somehow they figured out that they could do that. And so I put it out there just so everybody knows. But again, because when Blog Talk works, I have a system where I can physically see you. Okay. So when you call in, just wait your turn and I'll come to you. Okay. Again, my hold times are not long. Generally, I give my callers 5 to 8 minutes to, make their points, and then we move forward. Okay. And we have a lot of fun. Also, when you call in, please just know, I don't care how long you've been a Jets fan. I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 10 seconds or 10 years. Okay. I'm working down my queue. Okay. I had a discussion with somebody recently that was like, Joe, I've been a Jets fan for 40 years. Don't have that kid on before I come on. And I'm just like, bruh, that's not how it works. Okay. I'm just putting it out there. All right. We have a lot of fun here. So please get involved, with everything that we do here. We game on this channel too from time to time. I'll get back to that when my schedule allows. And we have a lot of fun. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. So please get involved with everything that we do. Listen, salutes to all the savages in the chat. Again, I apologize for Blog Talk tonight. So bad. Okay. Knuckle HD salutes. Outlaw salutes. Adrian Gutierrez salutes to you as well. Adrian says, Joe, I think the Jets need to get the running game going. Yep. To take pressure off of Rodgers. That's a fact. That's a fact. So salutes to Gutierrez as well. Knuckle HD says AVT needs to stop eating Big Macs and stay healthy. All right. Oh man. Salutes to everybody. Bree, salutes to you as well. Good to see you in the building. Bree says, wow, Joe. God bless your optimism. Look, hey man, I believe the Jets can get it done, man. I believe the Jets can get it done, okay? All right. Knuckle HD says, those rumors are true. Baltimore reached out to New York Jets for Conklin. Oh, well, there's been a lot of rumors swirling about Conklin and the Jets trying to deal him and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see. Salutes to Vibes as well. Vibes says, Joe, what are you talking about? Joe Douglas' record is trash. He's a loser. Look, I know there's a lot of people that want Joe Douglas fired and the record and all that stuff. Okay, look, I hear you. All right. But I think he's done a solid job of building this roster. Are there some holes or situations? Yeah, he's made some mistakes. But you got to think of where we came from to where we are now, okay? He's got Aaron Rodgers. Like, Aaron Rodgers wanted to come here for a reason, bruh. Like, But I understand. I understand why Jets fans are upset with him. I get it. And to be honest with you, he could be gone after the season as well, okay? He could be. Christopher Cancel, salutes. Good to see you in the building as well. All right. Salutes and respect to you. Salutes and respect, Grant Rude, always good to see you in the building. All right. Jack Kenna, salutes and respect to you as well. Salutes and respect to everybody, man, that just joined your boy, said what's up, and came on by and, and contributed to the show. Again, I want to apologize to everybody for Blog Talk. All right. Trash. Michael, salutes as well. Good to see you in the building, okay? Conscious Machine, salutes as well. Good to see you in the building as well. Ace Jets, always good to see you in the building too. You know what I'm saying? Salutes. Dano, I see you. Salutes as well to you, man. All right? Salutes, man. Dano says, Joe's as cool as a cucumber. Salutes, man. Salutes to Jets as well. Outlaw, always good to see you in the building as well. Charles DeComo, salutes. He says, I love your show, Long Beach Joe. Go Jets. Salutes. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate you being in here, man. Salutes and respect to everybody, man, that came on by. Again, I want to thank everybody. Apologize for Blog Talk. That's just trash, all right? But again, we took calls and we had a good time here. And we talked that talk, all right? Outlaw says, warning, defamation of character. This is time to skip. Don't skip anything in the show, okay? There was no defamation. It was all facts, okay? Blog Talk sucks, so I can't say that I have the proof, but you know what I'm saying? We know what the truth is, okay? We know what the truth is, all right? So listen, folks, be safe, okay? Be safe. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world, and man, oh man, I don't know why they're happening, okay? But be safe. Sit down with your friends and your family, eat some good food, make some good meals, and have a good time. Let the people that you love know that you love them, okay? It's important to me in my life, and I hope it's important to you in yours, all right? Hope it's important to you in yours. Also, again, Susie G. Komen Foundation, okay? Listen, please give to my fundraiser, all right? We've gotten some donations. We're moving and shaking. $1, $2, $3, bro. Anything you can give, all right? Skip a coffee for the morning, okay? Skip a coffee for the morning and, throw my fundraiser a donation, all right? We've gotten some donations. Continue to get those in. Again, I'm just trying to raise $100, okay, before the month of October ends, all right? It's a small amount, but it goes a long way, all right? And again, I am a supporter of the Susie G. Komen Foundation. That's why I am in pink. And, repping for the team. It's all about, beating breast cancer and doing what it takes and spreading breast cancer awareness as well. And again, I want to thank Dana Cedars Brantley for coming on the show and speaking with us tonight. That was phenomenal of her. So I want to thank her again. All right. So I'm up out of here, folks. Hey, listen, I'll let y'all know what we got going forward. Got this Patriots game coming up. We're going to have a lot of fun. Again, I apologize for Block Talk, but we'll be back on the next show. Hopefully Block Talk works because it sucks. And I'll be bashing them all next week. When y'all call in, I think I'm going to make it mandatory for y'all to bash Block Talk next week before you even start talking, okay, about the game. We'll discuss that, okay? We'll discuss that because it needs to be done. So until the next show, again, y'all be safe. Spread love with you and yours, and have a good time with your family. You folks have a good one.